We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome my very special guest, Doug Stanhope. How you doing, sir?
Good morning, Tom.
Marvelous. I have not talked to you in a long time, Doug, and I really miss talking to you because I'm a rather big fan of funny people. You know what I mean?
No one really says I hate funny people.
Well, I understand because there's a balance there. There's no question about it. No,
How picky are you? That's the question.
That is, well, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I think I find the older I get, the less I laugh at. But you know what? That's not true. It's the less I engage. I watch less because when I do actually watch stand up, I laugh sometimes, going, "Is that really funny?" Or are you just like easily amused now? So,
Doug, that's interesting you bring that up because just a few days ago I was watching television. And I was not laughing at all. And I thought, why are you not laughing? This stuff's supposed to be funny. And is it something that happened during COVID that we just lost our ability to think something's funny even?
A lot of the things like on television, I just realized looking at the Google News that I'm supposed to be on strike because I'm part of the actors union.
Sure.
And I go, what? Because I haven't noticed anything missing from my life with the writer's strike and the actor's strike going on for months and all. Look, I didn't notice so that must mean you're easily replaceable.
Well, see, Doug, that's the whole problem. Now, is that a SAG and AFTRA strike, or is it just it's Screen Actors Guild, isn't it?
The SAG and AFTRA joined the writer's strike, and then the writers settled, but SAG and AFTRA kept striking and. I couldn't name you one sitcom on, but the only time I even see commercials is when I have to watch football live. And then I remember everything I saw, like Young Sheldon commercial would come on. And it was already the worst show I'd ever seen just based on a 30-second commercial. And if that's what the writers are striking to get back in my life.
Doug, I got to be honest with you that if there is a God, I'm sure you and I could talk to him and say, Doug and Tom, you guys should never meet in person because if you ever shook hands, the world might blow up because we have the exact same viewpoint on all of this. It's true.
We'd love to be trying to get God on our podcast.
Hey, Doug Howard, I could come on do an impression for you. Doug, does your back hurt from carrying comedy in America? So I could ask you something like that.
God, hey, God, how do you sleep? Because I have a mattress that'll be delivered to your house. Use promo code God.
That'd be a pretty good promo code, actually. I might have to use that. Promo code God, ladies and gentlemen. Doug, you've always been very open and honest about your life and doing comedy, and you've moved around a bit, and I don't even want to ask you where you're living now because it's none of my damn business, but you take steps back away from all this stuff. You observe from a distance, and I kind of always admired that.
Yeah, no, I've been at a distance. I've still been down in Arizona for 18 years now, a little over. So I'm at a very good distance but I just don't observe as much because that old T-shirt. I used to be offended, and now I'm just amused. Is the opposite for me. Like I used to be amused, and now everyone's got an opinion, and it's always depressing. No one's even funny on the internet anymore. And so I try to stay just around smiley people who are blissfully unaware like me.
I had a big problem with that a few years ago when this all started. And I mean, Doug, I did not know this, but back when I was at KQRS, it was 1986. We were apparently the first morning show in America that put comedians on because no one else would do it. Because apparently they couldn't handle, I don't know. I really don't know why. But so you guys started coming on the show and all the rest of it. And I learned so much from you guys and how you, men and women, of course, how you handle yourselves out in public by using your special talents, which I kind of borrowed from you guys and went, yeah, great to see you. And I came across as very pleasant.
Which is it's so much more difficult at an early hour.
Yep.
I realized at some point I don't want to do anything in the morning because I'm selling a fake product. Like when I'm being polite and watching my language, I'm inviting people, like soccer moms are listening to this on their way to taking their kids to school. And they're going to go, oh, there's a very nice comic that had some witty, clean punchlines on the radio. Let's go see him. And then they see all the stuff that you can't say on radio or even allude to. And then they walk out because I lied to them.
Well, Doug, I will give you a little tip here. I don't care about language. And you can drop the F-bomb if you want. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Seriously, this whole idea that, okay, we're going to control what you, first of all, you're already controlling what we think by waving money at us. Yeah. That's one thing about that. Do you ever examine, is there an ability to do comedy on the fact that everything in the world now is about money? And I mean, every single thing is about, well, what's the money part of that? And that's,
well, I find myself doing that with, having a podcast is anytime I'm just hearing a good story, I'm like, oh, in my head, we're not monetizing this by recording it and putting it out there. Like, why am I wasting this good time for free? Hey, let's leave this bar and finish this story at my studio. Like, that's how my mind works.
When did you realize that's how your mind worked? Were you a little boy?
No. It's only the podcasting that
only
has ruined
okay.
it. Yeah. There's also times where, like, I read Reason magazine. It's the only one that I can tolerate because it's not partisan. And then I want to share a story, and I go, well, if I get a really good bit out of this, I don't want other comics reading this. Like,
yeah,
I'm like I'm hoarding information because I want to get the bit first. I don't know. I'm sure if I went to a therapist, I'd discover a lot of things about myself that I don't need to know.
Well, I actually did.
I'd rather put on the blinders and have a cocktail and make it all go away.
Well, I'm looking at a picture of you with a cocktail and a cigarette, so you're happy in that picture.
They're not hard to find.
You know where to look.
That photograph is not Bigfoot.
No, it's not. You're absolutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, Doug Stanhope with us. Doug stars in the Road Dogg national video on demand digital release was October 6th, the film that accurately depicts the life of stand-up comedians. I think this is a brilliant idea because, luckily, as I said, back in 1986, started hanging out with a lot of different people. And one thing very, very quickly, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this anyway, but Doug, it was very, very difficult during the last 2-3 years. I lost, and man, you must have lost a ton I lost at least 5-6 friends, all comedians. That was a tough period, man.
Oh, I lost a lot of friends to COVID, and I'm talking just mentally.
Yeah,
they didn't die, but yeah, they found different paths and belief systems, and they picked teams. Like, okay, you're on a side now? Really? You took sides?
I love that.
Used to put tweet pictures of a guy getting kicked in the nuts video, and now it's all wings. What wing are you? And woke or sleeping, or I don't know.
No, I'm shoulder to shoulder with you. I just don't understand extreme positions on anything. Look, I've had bad times in my life, but most of it's been absolutely wonderful. I'm a very lucky guy. Yeah, some stuff did suck, but I got to be honest with you, Doug. I could never, ever get on this microphone and say, I'm a victim. Even if I were a victim, I wouldn't admit it.
There's a thing that you might have gone through a similar experience and not care. And those are the people I gravitate towards. I could count a half dozen women that I know and love who go, yeah, I was molested too. I don't care, whatever. It's just something you went through. Sit around and complain about it.
No, that's the whole deal. It's just everybody. Oh my God, you're horrible. Well, first of all, Doug, I got to be honest, fully open and honest with you. If there's one icon of what's wrong with America, it's me, because I am a white man. I'm 71 years old. I grew up Roman Catholic, so I'm a boomer Catholic white guy who doesn't have a political position. I'm the worst person in America.
Yeah, I enjoy I think I've earned my apathy, Tom. I spent enough years caring and yelling about different things.
Yep.
Never, as dull and single, myopic, I should say, as right or left, but specific things. Abortion, a specific topic, an issue, pragmatically. And nothing changed by my caring and yelling. So now in my later years, I don't give a shit.
No, I agree with you 100%, Doug. It's like you guys handle it now. It's your deal. A perfect example of what you're just talking about to me in my life is I don't really have a position on abortion because I've never been through one in my life. So I don't know anything about it. Wouldn't you have to go through something like that to even know what the hell you're talking about?
Well, I've paid for a lot of them. I only had one on my own accord, but I've paid for other people's abortions that I had nothing to do with other
right.
than, like, I know them and I don't want them to ruin their lives by having the thing just because they couldn't afford it. But I know that how much my life would be ruined if it weren't for the ability to have an abortion. It would suck. So yeah, I definitely have an opinion.
But that's the good thing. See, that's your life. It would affect your life. And therefore I honor that. In my situation, I just have never been involved in something like that. But I don't have an opinion like, well, just because I have never been involved, you shouldn't either. What the hell do I care? Good for you.
I remember right before Obama got elected, I was building this monstrosity of a deck situation at my house. It's just a money pit that I was having built. And one of the guys that was delivering the equipment, the construction stuff, said, yeah, you better spend it while you can, because if Obama gets elected, all your money's going to go to taxes. And I said, well, he's also pro-choice. So if it weren't for my right to have an abortion, I wouldn't have all this disposable income to be building this stuff to begin with.
Well, I did notice one thing, and I don't think it was Obama necessarily. I think it might have been George Washington because, I can pay a few dollars in taxes. There's no question about that. But it's kind of funny how when people take positions, whether they're far left or far right, and I don't like extremists. I like Democrats and I like Republicans. I do not like far right and far left people. I just think they get way too emotional over things they don't even understand. So can we ever get back to when it's just, hey, yeah, you're a Democrat, I'm a Republican, let's go have lunch? Is that ever going to happen again?
It is happening. It's happening everywhere except everyone lives their lives through a phone or a tablet or a gadget. But every time I sit down with people, there's no issues. And I live in a town that's full of, the hardcore hippies and people that openly carry, in the safe way. Well, you really needed a gun to get produce.
That's so
Those
funny.
were very special apples, Doug.
Yeah, we just had that talk today or yesterday on the podcast. I was like, yeah, none of you need to bring a gun to the podcast. The parking lot's about 2 feet away from the door. Everyone's fine. I'm so glad you said that.
She's going after me there, Doug, because for years I had a permit to carry. I grew up in a very tough neighborhood, was not the most safe neighborhood in the world. So when I was old enough, I got a permit to carry. I don't care. Wait a minute. I shouldn't tell people I don't carry anymore.
Right.
But you do carry. I see it on your leg right now.
Thank you.
God.
Thank you very much.
Jesus, AJ.
That's a big mistake.
Here's the thing, you guys. I get it. I've slept with a rifle because I was in the military. I'm not scared of guns, but you just have to look at your situation for the day. And if you're coming straight here, sitting in this room with me, we don't need guns here, okay? Let's just agree.
So
I'm an alcoholic and a responsible one with a small man complex.
Yeah.
And I know that that doesn't mix well with a firearm.
Yeah, thank you.
no, that's true.
Thank you,
That's
Doug.
very, very good. But I will show you, this is a typical Minnesota question, Doug, right here. My granddaughter, 7 years old, wanted me to come to her soccer game last night. So I thought it'd be kind of a cool breeze. And that morning, I put on a bright orange kind of
vest.
Are they vests? I suppose it is a vest.
Yeah, total vest.
I am not kidding you. This is Minnesota, Doug. So I'm dressed up what I think is very pumpkin looking.
Yeah.
For her soccer game, all the rest of it. I had 15 guys. Where are you going hunting? Like, what?
Your next stop?
Because I have an orange vest, I'm going to go shoot something.
Yes.
I don't really understand your question, but that's just me. So I know we only got a couple of minutes left here, so I do want to hear you talking a little about the Road Dog, released on October 6th, just about 5, 6, 7 days ago, somewhere in there. What's it all about?
I get this. I play an alcoholic, washed up alcoholic, chain smoking, self-destructive comedian that's still trying to hang on as his body fails him and his career goes even further in the toilet, and find out that I have I run into my long estranged child who's now an adult that wants to do comedy, and I take him on the road just to use him for a ride, and it goes from there.
But you didn't throw
and
the
I
word.
die at the end.
Oh, you die at the end? Oh, no.
There won't be a sequel. You're right.
That's terrible news. I just, I was thinking maybe at the beginning you throw the word brilliant in there. You're a brilliant guy. Can't you throw that in? No.
Allegedly, yes. I kind of have maybe a cult following. I don't know.
Oh, you got a much more.
The point is, I didn't have to audition.
Oh, good move. That's a very, very good move. There's no doubt about it.
I didn't really have to act. I just had to remember that my character's name is different from my name. Otherwise, it's just me.
I understand completely. Are you going to get back on the road? Are you on the road?
No, I just taped a special that I got to get to the editing process and then put out, and then write a new act, and then get back out on the road. So that'll be when the weather's nice next year.
Okay, but you're going to you can come up here next summer?
Yes, at some point, spring. It won't be in the winter.
No, I understand. Yeah, because where you live, and I won't tell people where you live, but I happen to know because I had a couple of friends that live by.
Listen. If you Google Doug Stanhope's address, it's the first thing that comes up.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I would just thinking that I'm way too far away for anyone to actually come to my house. I would implore my listeners to send me. I love getting random stuff in the mail. So yeah, steal shit from work and send it to 212 Van Dyke Street, Bisbee, Arizona. And people would just, send me random stuff. I got really cool shit, and only one restraining order.
Good.
And, one other time I had to call the police, but he hadn't technically trespassed. So,
well, now that you gave out your home address, that's technically kind of by Yuma, isn't it? That'd be the biggest town by you.
No, that's the opposite corner.
It is
southwest. We're southeast.
Oh,
yeah, we're near Tombstone and Douglas.
I see. The only reason I ask you that question is because Yuma, I believe, is the hottest place in America in the summer, and you don't want to come anywhere near Minnesota in the winter. So that's good.
But I will go to Yuma in the summer. In fact, we did go for 4th of July last year. We went to Palm Springs, but we stayed a night in Yuma on the way out and on the way back. I can 122 degrees. I love it.
I understand that completely. Doug Stanhope, I will tell you this, and I'm very, very sincere about this. I haven't met you many, many years ago. I haven't seen you in a while now, but I love your approach to comedy. I love your approach to life. It's like, you know what? Leave me alone. I'm in here. Now go away. Which I think it's a good approach, Doug. I really do. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and
it's good to talk to you again, Tom.
Oh, and real quick, you said you're working on your specials, kind of obviously in the early editing stages. Do you have a tentative idea of when you are expecting to release it?
No, I taped it in May, and I've just been blowing off, going through it. I just had to give the editor bullet points. All right, cut that out, put that in, and I haven't done it because I've had other things I had to deal with. Well, when you have something you don't want to do, everything is more important right now.
Right? Yeah. All of a sudden, laundry's done. You've got all your food
breakfast
right.
Burritos.
Yeah. I need them right now. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You got to get in the studio one of these days, Doug. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Good to see it. It's good to talk to you.
Absolutely. Doug Stanhope, ladies and gentlemen, brilliant comedian. Just got a great attitude. Puts up with zero bullshit, which is one reason I love him so much.